Are you looking to get a Garmin ice fishing setup? Well, Garmin just announced some brand new bundles that we're gonna go through today in the video. We're gonna break down what's in them, what's different about them, and hopefully by the end of the video, you're gonna be able to know if one of these bundles is right for you. To make this super easy for you, I link down in the description below all of the different bundles that I'm talking about here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. I pulled together a couple of slides here to go through the actual ice bundles that Garmin has pulled together. We're gonna start at the top, the premium end of Garmin spectrum, which is their Livescope systems, and work our way all the way down to the most budget-friendly and entry-level systems they have. Two bundles here, Livescope and Livescope Plus. We're gonna go through the top bundle. This is the Livescope Plus Ice Fishing Bundle LI. So what's included in it? We can see the price point of $3,249.99. This is the UHD 93 SV Ecomap screen. So this is their volume unit. It is a 9-inch screen and it comes with the US Lakeview G3 maps, which are the most common maps that a lot of people use. You can upgrade them. You can get Canada maps. You could get any other maps that you want. You just have to pay extra for them, but you don't need to buy a different screen specifically for that. In terms of the sonar type, obviously this is the Livescope Plus system. So it comes with the Livescope Plus transducer, which is the LVS 34 transducer. One thing that's relatively unique about this bundle versus some of their other ones is it does come with a 16.5 amp hour lithium ion battery. This is not to be confused with a LiFePO4 battery. This is lithium ion specifically. The second bundle that they have here is the Livescope Ice Fishing Bundle. This comes with the same screen as the top one, the UHD 93 SV Ecomap. The price point you can see here is a little bit less, $500 less, $27.99. So the big difference is you get the Livescope transducer, the LVS 32 versus that Livescope Plus LVS 34. And your battery is a 12 amp hour lead acid battery instead of the 16.5 amp hour lithium ion battery. Take it for what it's worth. I would honestly, regardless of which one you do, recommend upgrading the battery. You probably will be okay with the lithium ion battery that they have in here if you don't fish, more than 7-8 hours a day and you're not looking to get multiple trips out of that battery. But if it were me, I would upgrade that to a higher end LiFePO4 battery. And of course, that lead acid battery, you're not going to be happy with it. If you have the screen brightness up and you're trying to run this thing for even, a 6-hour day, that thing's probably going to be dying on you pretty dang quick. That's my thoughts on these. These are the most premium offerings that they have for this ice fishing season. Let's go ahead and jump into the next ones. This brings us to our Panoptix PS22 Ice Fishing Bundle. This is only one bundle, so this is kind of that step down. You've got your Livescope at the top and you've got your PS22, your Panoptix below it. This technology came out before Livescope. It is $1899.99, so you can tell it is cheaper. It comes with the UHD 73 CV screen. This is a 7-inch screen versus the 9-inch screen that we saw before, and it is the CV versus the SV, which means it does not have side view capabilities. So if you wanted to use this screen out on open water, you would not be able to use side scan, whereas if we flip back, both of these screens, they're the 93 SV 9-inch screen, and it has side view. So that's important to note for anybody that's looking to use these bundles or at least the screens year round. If you have live imaging, even Panoptix, sometimes you don't even use side imaging, so it may not be a deal breaker for you, but something to call out. Sonar type, obviously this comes with the PS22. Here is what is really unique, and I actually really like about this bundle versus the Livescope bundles, is it comes with the GT10 ice fishing transducer. So this is an 8 to 16 degree beam angle. This is my favorite ice fishing transducer that they have. They have the GT8. They also have a dual beam transducer. I think this rivals and beats, because of the functionality of the screens, the high-end Vexilars and Markhams that are out there. This is a wonderful ice fishing transducer. I actually still use it even though I have both the LVS 32 and 34. And this does come with the 12 amp hour lead acid battery. I would highly recommend upgrading it, if not for the battery power, because you don't have a black box to power in this one like you do in the Livescope bundles. So you're gonna have less power consumption. You're also at a smaller screen, a 73. Probably don't necessarily need it if you're just doing day trips. But just because of the weight difference, you're gonna save a ton of weight by going to LiFePO4. Definitely look into a new battery after you've gotten this. Of course, this will get you out there, this will get you fishing, but something to think about if you're thinking about upgrades as well. Next up, we've got the Ecomap UHD 73 CV Ice Fishing Bundle. So this is one bundle. This is that step down from the Panoptix bundle. So there is no live imaging in this bundle. This is the same screen, the 73 CV screen. Again, no side scan, but you can upgrade it later on if you want to Panoptix or Livescope. It does come with the same ice fishing transducer. Again, my favorite, the GT10. They do have the wrong transducer. This is the GT8 that they have pictured. The GT10 is a little bit of a wider cone. It does still have the touch screen and the mapping and all of the good stuff with it. This is a great entry-level unit for somebody that wants a really good screen that can also work for Livescope or Panoptix down the road, but is great for ice fishing right out of the box because of the transducer that you do get with it. So you can get that normal, what you'll see in the screen here, that normal flasher style. You could also do 2D if you want. This is great because you can also do a scope. You can do zoom range within the water column. This is actually a really good bundle. The one thing that I would say about this bundle that's not super fantastic is the battery they give with it. A lot of the cost isn't coming from this battery. I would swap it out immediately if it were me. It comes with a 7 amp hour lead acid battery. Swap that thing out, grab like an Amped Outdoors 15 amp hour Life PO4 battery. You'll be very pleased with just the weight reduction itself. Get a bigger battery if you want. If you get one of their bigger batteries, you can then keep that battery if you were to later on upgrade to Livescope or Panoptix without needing to buy a second battery later on. So something to think about. Price point on this is a lot more reasonable for people jumping into it. It's $699.99. I look at this and compare it to like an FLX 28 or an FLX 30 BB. This blows them out of the water, in my opinion. You have the mapping, you have a touchscreen unit, you can put waypoints, you can see depths, you can upgrade the maps later on. You've got the A-scope, all the things that I already talked about. I fish with actually one of these units, not their pre-built one, but one that I built on a Gensbox with this screen on it, with this transducer, and with an Amped Outdoors lithium battery, and I absolutely love it. So this is something, if you're looking to get into Garmin, this is probably going to be a great way to get in if you're not looking to jump up to those higher end price points right away. We're not done yet. There are more bundles, so let's keep going. Woo, we are flying through this. I'm going to grab some of my Bang energy drink here. This is what I use to keep myself energized. And I love these flavors. This is the whole lot of pina colada. This is one of my favorite flavors from them. They have a lot of unique flavors. Check them out down below. Support them because they support our channel. Let's bang and keep going. Brings us to the Ecomap UHD 253 CV ice fishing bundle. So big things to call out here. It does still have the same maps on it, the US Lakeview G3 maps. It is the 5-inch screen. So we went from a 9-inch to a 7-inch to a 5-inch. This is the 5-inch screen. It does come with the dual beam ice fishing transducer. They consider their GT10 their premium, the GT8 kind of second in line, even though they're pretty much par and par. The GT10 has a narrower transducer beam. The GT8 has a wider transducer beam. The dual beam has a 45 or 15 degree beam angle, whereas the GT8 and GT10 have a variable in between a couple of different marks. So you've either got high narrow or high wide with those two other ones. And then of course, this has that 7 amp hour lead acid battery, their base battery that they have included. It is keyed. This is a non-touch screen model, and you cannot upgrade this to Panoptix or Livescope down the road. This is going to be specifically for those transducers that are not live imaging. You do still have active caption capable though, so you can do those upgrades and updates over the air if you want to. Next up, we got the Striker Vivid 5 CV ice fishing bundle. So this is again a 5-inch screen. It is only $449.99. This comes with that GT8 transducer, so a little bit better transducer. However, your beam angle on this is 16 to 24 degrees. So this is going to be your high wide, but it is a chirp transducer, which is really nice to see. You do not have blue chart mapping, but you can still use GPS with this unit. And then it comes with the same battery, the 7 amp hour lead acid battery. You can kind of see the case and everything that it comes with here. Another good entry level unit, but you don't have that upgradability to the live imaging or the mapping or the touch screen and some of those other things that you can get out of the other bundles. That brings us to the Striker Plus 4 ice fishing bundle. This is a great little screen. So if you're looking for the ultimate in portability, this could be the option for you. I use one of these screens on a little Gensbox. I use it for a hole hop unit and to set tip up depths. What's great about this is that the little dial that you see on here is the same dial that you're going to get on their highest end unit as well. It's just that circle dial that you're used to, that flasher mode that you're seeing on any of the other brands that are out there. And it comes with a pretty nice transducer. That dual beam transducer is a pretty good one. It is not their highest end one, but it is a good transducer that you'll be able to use and have a lot of success with. So what does it mean? Striker Plus 4 ice fishing bundle. This is a 4-inch screen. This is their most compact one that they offer. It does not have maps on it, just so that you know. It is the dual beam 45 or 15 degree beam angle, so you can have it wide or you can have it narrow. And it does have a 7 amp hour lead acid battery. You want to really lighten this thing up, swap out that battery with something else. Amp Outdoors makes a really small one. I think it's their 7 amp hour that they have now. Check that out. It's a great battery, super light. You're going to be just picking this thing up thinking it's empty, but it's actually not. Garmin also has these ice fishing kits. So they've got their Livescope Plus ice fishing kit. These don't come with chart plotters or anything in them. These are just that bag and the kit and the things together. What I listed out here in the blue on the sides of the screens that you can see here, things that are included in each of the bundles, because some of the things they don't actually even spell out in here, which is a little bit confusing. So first one, the Livescope Plus ice fishing kit. This comes with the Livescope Plus system, so the LVS34, the Panoptix ice fishing pole mount. So the thing that you can kind of see down here, the handle, the really cheap one that they give you, it's included. I recommend upgrading. I like the Summit pole, but you can get, there's a lot of them out there. Make your own if you want. Power cables included, the XL bag with handle. So this is the bag that will fit 10 and 12-inch screens if you want to in it. This is their biggest bag. A lead acid 12 amp hour battery, meh, and a charger with it. They do have their large portable ice fishing kit. So this is going to be their large bag. It has the GT10 transducer. So that's that 8 to 16 degree beam angle, chirp, variable. You can dial it all in however you want. It has the power cable in it, the 8-pin to 4-pin transducer adapter cable. So depending on the screen that you get and the transducer that you use with it, you may need that and they throw it in for you, which is nice. Has a foam float that you can kind of see here on the transducer itself. Cable grommet, the lead acid 12 amp hour battery. So that same lead acid 12 amp hour battery that they have in the XL bag, and then the charger as well. The small portable ice fishing kit. This with the GT8 transducer, so that 16 to 24 beam angle, power cable, foam float that you can kind of see in the picture here. By the way, these are the accurate pictures. This is the GT10 transducer. You can see it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit fatter. And then the GT8 is narrower and taller. So that's how you can visually tell the difference just by glancing at them, which one's the 8 and which one's the 10. Small bag with handle, lead acid 7 amp hour battery in the charger. Next, accessories. I'm not going to go through all of these and all the fine details, but I put the prices on here because Garmin didn't in their catalog. And I think that's a pretty important thing. I'll fly through them super fast. If all you wanted was the bag and the case, that extra large one, because you wanted to build your own bundle, it's $209.99. The Garmin ice fishing transducer, you can get either the GT8, $129.99, the GT10, $169.99, my favorite one, or the dual beam ice fishing transducer, which is $79.99. This is the thing I was talking about that was in that XL bag. I'll go back here. I said here the Panoptix ice fishing pole mount is in the Livescope Plus ice fishing kit. This is the picture of it, the Panoptix ice fishing mount. It's $129.99. It has a base. They give you stainless steel screws to put in each of the corners here. So there's 4 of them to stick in the ice to keep it from moving around when you're out ice fishing. It works pretty well. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's just clunky, and the pieces to extend the pole are pretty significant in size. Not my favorite thing, but it does work. It's $129.99. All-in-one power cable. If you have an Ecomap screen, highly recommend this cable. No matter what shuttle you go with, get this cable. It saves you a ton of the cords, having long wires in there, and it has all the right connections on it. It's $54.99. I've bought a ton of these with just building new kits with those Ecomap screens. This thing's awesome. Livescope 0-degree mount. So you may not have the 0-degree mount. Some of them came with it, some of them didn't. The 0-degree mount means that you can mount it onto a pole and it's not going to be at an angle. The ones that are intended to go on like your trolling motor mount, they're angled. When you're ice fishing, you want it to be perfectly straight up and down and not shoot around the trolling motor itself. So I'd recommend getting this if you don't have it already. It's $29.99. They make the same thing for the Livescope Plus, the LVS34, same price. They have the LVS34 transducer and the LVS32 transducer, $11.99, $99 respectively. They do have their battery here, $75. Panoptix power cable. So this is if you have the PS22, it has just a different connector on it, $39.99. The charger for the lead acid batteries, $34.99 if you need it. But again, I would just go to Life PO4 batteries and call it a day, be done with it. Marine Network cable adapter. This is $29.99. Hopefully this video helped you out and you were able to dial in some of the things that you had questions on. answered some of them. And hopefully if you were interested in picking something up, you now know what you can get. If you have any questions or comments, throw them down in the comment section below. I try to respond to all of them. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this other video on the channel. Until next time, take it easy.